AITA for clapping back at my fiancé's girl best friend. I, 24F, have been involved with my fiancé, 25M, for about 7 years. We met in college and hit it off right away. He has been my rock since then. I am really close to him, and there is nothing I keep from him. When we were in 2 years of college, I mustered up the courage to tell him what I haven't told to anyone else in my life. I was being sexually abused throughout my childhood by my father. This was really hard for me, and I felt like I was going to have a panic attack. I thought that he would feel disgusted and leave me, but he just hugged me and let me cry on his shoulder. I felt relieved and loved after so many years of feeling lonely. With his help, I started seeing a psychiatrist, and for once I felt like my life had a purpose. He was my purpose. Last month he proposed and I said yes. That was the happiest day of my life. My life was perfect. Well, almost perfect. He has a best friend. She was his childhood friend, and everyone seems to want them together. Even his family wishes that they could be together since they know her family, and her mom was best friends with his mom before she committed suicide. May her soul be in peace. I never had a problem with her since I was secure with my relationship. I tried to make her my friend, but she seems to have a problem with me. I never wanted to make a scene, so I just started avoiding her existence, but she always finds a way to make backhanded comments about me and my body, making me look like I am some kind of prostitute, which really hurts me since I had been suffering with body issues. My fiancé always makes her stop, and he has cut contact before, but she begged him to forgive her, and she apologized to me, so he forgave her, giving her a second chance. She stopped for a while, but she would always give me a bad look. He isn't around. Well, Monday was his 25th birthday. It was going to be hosted in his family's house, and I was excited not only because we were going to announce our engagement, but to give him my birthday gift. It was a watch that he was seeing for a long time. I worked long hours to afford the watch, and under the watch inside the box there was a sonogram of our 2-month child with "Happy Birthday, Daddy" was written on it. This was my way of telling him I was pregnant. Everyone was there to celebrate his birthday, and before he blew out the candles on the cake, he stood up and I stood beside him facing all of his family and our friends, and announced that we were engaged. Everyone was happy for us except his GBSF, who seemed visibly upset. She kept quiet for a while and had a little too much booze to drink. His father stood up and gave a toast about how proud he was of his son and sat down. Girl BSF stood up after him, clearly drunk. She started talking about how he was such a good friend and how everyone thought that they would marry, and then turned towards me and said that she was better and at least she wasn't SLT who seduced her biological father and slept with him for years. When those words came out of her mouth, I felt my world spinning around. I looked at my fiancé in shock. He is the only person who knew about this, and the fact that he betrayed me hurt like hell. I felt like all of the pain and hurt was pouring into my soul. I stood up and held my glass and gave her a toast. I told her that she was right, and I at least have a body and soul that attracted men to me unlike her, and that I understood why her mom committed suicide, and that I would have done the same if I had a daughter like her. And I turned to my fiancé and wished him a happy 25th birthday, and then I quickly grabbed my gift and got out of there. He tried to follow me, but I quickly got in my car and left. He has been calling and banging on my door since then, but I still don't have the energy to meet him yet. Comment 1. Nope. NTA. She went low. You went low. She totally deserved it. And as for him, I don't know if I could forgive that violation of my trust, especially with someone he knew had it out for me. Not okay. I hope you can get into your therapist quickly before you spiral. And please consider whether you want to bring a baby into the middle of this mess. Comment 2. Why the fuck would your fiancé tell her that information? That's disgusting. Everyone here is such an asshole. Except Opie. NTA. This for me, I would need to take some time. Revealing such a horrific and personal secret about me to someone he knows dislikes me, I would flee the relationship, personally. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Comment 3. I hope she does, because there's no reason for her to be tied to these morons, and I can guarantee her ex is never leaving Bestie, who would be oh too happy to play mummy and use the ex's visitation time with that baby to hurt Opie at every opportunity. If they don't outright just try to take the baby from her to create the ultimate gross little family with the ex, Bestie, and Opie's baby. That's after the ex and Bestie decide Opie is a hoe who needs a DNA test, and all the other things that will get thrown at her by his family for not sticking together now they have a baby. Not to mention that baby is going to have its father's dumbass genes. It's going to look like him and act like him, and even if she concealed the pregnancy and moved away, she's still going to have to tell the kid something. And what if the kid wants to meet their dad? Nah, fuck all these scenarios. Op needs to do what they feel is right for themselves, and an abortion might just not be something they can do, especially if they feel they've already gotten excited about the baby and started to bond. I know it's early, but when I was preggo I had a small bleed around June 8th weeks and felt terrified of losing something I only knew for a few weeks. But I pray that the shame or fear of abortion doesn't hold her back if that's what she wants to do. I hope she is good. Friends who can support her to make the best choice for her. But yeah, I do the same as you.